Penitentiary. So this was the prisoners' barrack, and it was a U-shaped 3-story building. It was designed to house 1,000 men. At its maximum, it held over 1,200 men. They weren't constrained in the wards. The biggest wards housed 120, 130 prisoners. So you can imagine what went down after curfew and lights out. What looks like steps led to a sentry post and guardhouse. On the far side there was a similar construct. Unfortunately for that sentry, his post was in bush rangers but died of old age in his own bed. This following compound is the new jail, and there's some really big changes in prison philosophy. And also some new design principles, new architectural concepts around complex. It's basically foundational rooms, but I do have some imagery which can help us to understand its design. Too nice a day to be stuck in a bus.
The new jail.
There's a gorgeous little plastic.
This is the new gaol or jail. In Australia, I think it's gaol or jail. I'm going to go right in here and through the archway here.
But there wasn't a shortage of materials of labour. It's just the change of administration.
This is the inside here. Oh, the old ruins over there.
His brother in Russia, and he was in charge of a dockyard. You know how many light figure detention there are in a dockyard. So the idea of a central observation system was that they would feel like they were under permanent surveillance, and it was meant to force prisoners to self-regulate. At the back and along the sides, there were 12 apartments.
Have a little walkabout. I'll see if I can get a close-up of that diagram that she had of this. Not much left to it here inside from what it used to be. It's like you know, one of those circular prisons like Philadelphia had, you know, which is typical of many prisons. It's like a drainage pit there. Could I see the one of the this one here, please?
Yeah. Do you want me to hold it?
That's right. Okay, I'll hold it right here. That's what it looks like there. So, because it would be like this way as we came in from the front. So that's a good view. Okay, thank you.
Do you want to have a look at those as well? They give you an appreciation.
Here's another view here. Wow, there's a lot of buildings on that from what's left now. Okay.
This one
here too. There's the whole thing. And this is here where we are now, right? We're in here. Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
And this is the exerciser area.
Those are the size of the cells. They're very small. Very small cells.
Were housed in a solitary cell under Commandant Cross. He was the worst of our commandants. There was one prisoner by the name of Dennis Browning who was sitting here in his condemned cell, waiting to be executed for his alleged part in the cooking pot riot. A young boy was put in the cell with him, and the following day he called the turnkey to the cell and he said, "Take this boy, he's gammoning dead. He won't need supper. Take this boy, he's pretending to be dead." He was dead as a doornail, and of course Browning didn't have, a donkey didn't have to bring himself to account. This place is fully sewered and fully drained. There are some very large engineering works that went on. So the sewers run this way down to the water line. They all walk on.
Now we're walking to the back, past where the circular things were on that diagram. Now these are the silent cells, even though those were silent too. But these, I think, were like the apartments or something. I don't know, but we're going to go up here. You saw in the videos we drove by the outside of this. Now we are inside here. So
this afternoon you guys will get
remains of the silent
sensory
cell.
deprivation.
Right here. Not much left to it.
The walls are 3.5 foot thick. The prisoners called them the graves, even though they were mostly above ground. It was like being buried alive. There's no sound, there's no penetration of light, there's no human contact, and it's a diet of bread and water. So it's a quart of water and a pound of bread. There was great detriment and no benefit to these cells. They were regulated. You could only put a prisoner in here for 3 months, with a break at 1 month at a time and a break at the end of each week. What do you think was happening to the prisoners in these cells? They were ordered to be destroyed under Commandant Price.
It's gone crazy and
but
just slowly dying.
What's making them crazy? Well, I thought a week or a month in a dark room without my teenagers would be rather pleasant. So, yeah, the reality is different. Yeah.
Well, right where I am now, standing in the middle, you can see the different spokes that would come off of that section. Another one here, another one here, and another one there, which you saw in that diagram. So the guards right here, so they can watch all the spokes, just like a number of prisons in the old days in the USA too. There was a trend in prisons, but they get a good view right there.
And everything that came and went throughout this settlement was meticulously recorded by the commissariat officers. The basement housed liquor and general stores and an issuing room. The upper floors are reserved for grain. There's 9 underground bottle-shaped grain silos in the hill behind, and along the internal walls were big sheds which house the terses or barrels of salt meat. The bells rang out the settlement watches. Not everyone had a watch or a time.